From the rising of the sun to its going down, the Lord's name is to be praised. Let us open our hearts to his presence and listen for his voice in the stillness of this evening hour. Our evening sacrifice, the Desire of Ages, chapter 10, the voice in the wilderness, September 28th. It points us to a land of rest, where saints with Christ will reign, where we shall meet the loved of earth and never part again, where we shall meet the loved of earth and never part again. This chapter is based on Luke 1, verse 5 to 23 and 57 to 80, chapter 3, verse 1 to 18, Matthew 3, verse 1 to 12, and Mark 1, verse 1 to 8. For this is he that was spoken of by the prophet Esaias, saying, The voice of one crying in the wilderness, Prepare ye the way of the Lord, make his paths straight. Matthew 3, verse 3. But he was greeted with the joyful assurance, Fear not, Zacharias, for thy prayer is heard, and thy wife Elisabeth shall bear thee a son, and thou shalt call his name John. And thou shalt have joy and gladness, and many shall rejoice at his birth. For he shall be great in the sight of the Lord, and shall drink neither wine nor strong drink. And he shall be filled with the Holy Ghost, and many of the children of Israel shall he turn to the Lord their God. And he shall go before him in the spirit and power of Elias, to turn the hearts of the fathers to the children, and the disobedient to the wisdom of the just, to make ready a people prepared for the Lord. And Zacharias said unto the angel, Whereby shall I know this? For I am an old man, and my wife well stricken in years. Zacharias well knew how Abraham in his old age a child was given, because he believed him faithful who had promised. But for a moment the aged priest turned his thought to the weakness of humanity. He forgets that what God has promised he is able to perform. What a contrast between his unbelief and the sweet childlike faith of Mary, the maiden of Nazareth, whose answer to the angel's wonderful announcement was, Behold, the handmaid of the Lord, be it unto me according to thy word. Luke 1, verse 38. The birth of a son to Zacharias, like the birth of the child of Abraham and that of Mary, was to teach a great spiritual truth, a truth that we are slow to learn and ready to forget. In ourselves we are incapable of doing any good thing, but that which we cannot do will be wrought by the power of God in every submissive and believing soul. It was through faith that the child of promise was given. It is through faith that spiritual life is begotten, and we are enabled to do the works of righteousness. To the question of Zacharias, the angel said, I am Gabriel, that stand in the presence of God, and am sent to speak unto thee, and to show thee these glad tidings. 500 years before, Gabriel had made known to Daniel the prophetic period which was to extend to the coming of Christ. The knowledge that the end of this period was near had moved Zacharias to pray for the Messiah's advent. Now the very messenger through whom the prophecy was given had come to announce its fulfillment. This passage was taken from the Desire of Ages, page 97 and 98, Pacific Press Publishing Association, copyright 2005, or Evening Sacrifice, September 28th. I encourage you to connect with God and receive strength to overcome obstacles each day. Thank you for listening. Please join us tomorrow as we offer up our evening sacrifice.